As a kid, do you remember when you and your friends would tell ghost stories to creep each other out? Or maybe you dared your buddies to go on the biggest, scariest roller coasters. Perhaps you loved playing spooky games, reading supernatural horror books, or watching scary movies.
As LEGO designers, we know kids love something spooky and scary.
What is it about these experiences that some people find so thrilling? Why do some people love to be scared? Dr. Margie Kerr is a sociologist who spent 10 years studying everything from thrill rides to haunted houses.
Fear is not always a bad thing. Our threat response really is responsible for keeping us alive, both as a person and as a species.
We've all heard of fight or flight. Interestingly, that threat response is actually similar to your brain's reaction in a positive situation.
At a physiological level, being excited and being scared share a lot of the same ingredients. Chemicals associated with a stress response are adrenaline and norepinephrine, dopamine, endorphins, serotonin. All of these things are also active when we're happy, when we feel, euphoric. And so it's really up to us to build meaning around that physical experience. In the context of a surprise party, it feels great. In the context of a charging bear, it gives us the resources needed to run away. But at a chemical level, they're very similar.
So when you read a spooky story, even though you know the ghosts aren't real, you can still trigger the same threat reaction in your brain and enjoy the thrilling feeling.
One of the reasons people really like to do scary things is because they can essentially hijack that threat response and experience it in a positive way. So, you go to an amusement park, you go to a haunted attraction, and you're scared, but you know that you're ultimately going to be safe. So you get to experience all of those chemical reactions in your body as a kind of euphoria.
But how does someone designing a scary experience draw the line between fun scary and too scary?
So when we were designing Hidden Side, being scary was a huge part of the concept for us. It's what made it fun, it's what made it surprising. One of the things we made a conscious decision to do was set Hidden Side in a reality-based world. And the awesome thing about Newbury, which is where Hidden Side is set, is that could be your school, that could be your village. Even though things go into a fantasy world, it's all believable on some level. But of course, with that level of reality, we had to be especially conscious when using scary elements. Every time we build up tension through scare, then we also need to offset it through humour. So a great example is in the Hidden Side bus, which features a haunted toilet. Arguably, there's nothing scarier than a haunted toilet, especially when you need to go. But at the same time, there's probably nothing more ridiculous, which gives kids two mindsets, one of which is to laugh and the other is to run in the other direction. And that middle ground is exactly what we're looking for.
And even if you're a bit too grown up for toilet humor, there are real psychological benefits to pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Choosing to do scary things, but in a safe environment, people reported feeling like they had challenged their fears, that they had learned about themselves, and that was related to increased mood. People feeling that sense of accomplishment, like we really did, escape a horde of zombies or, defeat a monster. So that feeling of accomplishment is real.
Those psychological benefits are especially important for kids.
The thing about fear is it's a completely normal human instinct. Introducing children to fear through scary films or stories, or even playing games like playing to be a monster and chasing a child around a room, that allows the child to feel that they're in a safe environment, but they're still evoking those natural feelings of anticipation, of fear. So it's a healthy way of helping a child adapt to a territory that they will have to get used to.
But enabling kids to have those fun, scary experiences might mean parents have to conquer their own fears.
I think a lot of parents these days have become risk averse, but the truth is that if you learn to navigate fear, then realistically for the rest of your life, you'll be able to put yourself in situations of risk without feeling panicky or stressed. And most importantly, that means you'll learn to take positive risks, and risks make successful human beings.